Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you're all doing really well. The last time we met in this series of videos discussing basics of accounting, we stopped here. That is what to do if the trial balance doesn't tally. And on that very day, I told you next time when we meet, we will be discussing subsidiary books. Here I am bringing you a small discussion on subsidiary books. But before we go any further ahead, let me take you through a beautiful announcement. This is announcement for Step Up with Yashas batch, the batch that's been conducted by Yashas Academy on the Unacademy's platform. This batch started on 10th of November, an exclusive English 100% batch which is comprehensive in nature for CA Foundation aspirants writing exam in May 2022. In this batch, you get to learn from Mayur Nahata sir as well as me, CA Rajavardhan, for the purpose of accounting, and mathematics, statistics, and logical reasoning will be taught by Anil Mishra sir. Economics and BCK will be taught by Shandar Ahmed sir. Law from Nitika Bachawat ma'am, and VCR from Pooja Chatwani ma'am. The advantage of taking up Unacademy subscription and joining us in this batch is you get to attend live classes, you get the recorded back of all of these. Every fourth session of ours will be doubt solving session where you can ask us doubts, and we conduct quizzes and polls at regular intervals for you to understand where you stand, and more importantly you get the study material which is in line with ICI syllabus. And the Unacademy gives this beautiful option of with one subscription you get access to all the educators classes as well as notes. So what are you waiting for? Take up your Unacademy subscription today. It will cost you about 22,000 for 24 months, which you don't need if you're considering CA Foundation. Means like if you're writing anytime soon, unless you're from PU and then writing examination of CA Foundation after 2 years. For a 12-month subscription, it will cost you 16,000, and a 6-month subscription costs 12,000. If you're going to start your examination preparation right away and you're writing your examination in the month of May 2022, we recommend you to take up a 6-month subscription that is at a cost of 12,000. Iconic program is a new flagship program launched by Unacademy, wherein the subscription of 12 months comes at 35,000, a 6-month subscription comes at 25,000. And if you take up subscription for Iconic, you get live mentoring, meaning one-to-one personal coaching, one-to-one doubt solving. You get to be part of a Discord, not discussion channel for all your doubts, and you get your study materials in the printed format. So that's with regard to this. And whichever subscription you take, don't forget to use the code YESHAS, which is YESHAS, to get 10% off on the prices that you see on the screen. Fantastic. So let's get going, and then now we'll continue our discussion on subsidiary books. First and foremost question is, what are subsidiary books? Subsidiary books are also called with a beautiful name called as special journals. What is the other name? Special journals. And even if you see in here, at first I've given journals which go to ledgers and subsidiary books which also goes to ledgers. So preparation of subsidiary books is in the absence of journals. Meaning if you prepare subsidiary books, you don't have to prepare journals. If you prepare journals, you don't have to prepare subsidiary books. And irrespective of the fact whether you prepare journals or subsidiary book, you must go ahead and then prepare ledgers. So there is an option between journals and subsidiary books, but whether you prepare journals or subsidiary books, you have to go ahead and then prepare ledgers. Very good. So that is the reason why subsidiary books are also called as special journals. The first and foremost question is, what are subsidiary books? These are primary books of entry, exactly like journals, and these are alternatives to journal. As I've been saying through, these are special journals. So who prepares journals, who prepares subsidiary books? I would have to wait for another 2 minutes for me to answer that question. I will definitely cover it in this very video, but a little later. Yeah, it's not like an organization, like there is a rule that you need to follow subsidiary book, you need to follow journals. It's an organization's choice. I will tell you what is the consideration based on which organizations decide whether to follow subsidiary books or journals. You get that? You'd have to wait just a little for that. The next question is, why do we prepare subsidiary books? Because just assume that I'm writing everything in one single book. Now, previously, all my personal things, all my business related things, all my teaching related things, everything I used to write in one day, because I didn't have big professional life, or I didn't have great personal life, or I didn't have anything too much happening in my life. My life was always about like studying. Okay, wake up, study, have lunch, dinner, do little work, sleep. That's how it used to be. But now professional demand, the professional work has become way too much. Teaching me, the hours has become way too much, and personal life may also a lot of things are happening. So now what I do is I don't write everything in one book. I keep separate books. One book may I write completely about my personal life, what am I feeling today, what inspired me to work today, or what is a beautiful thing that happened today. And in another book, I write about practice, like which client did I call today, which client do I have to call tomorrow, what is the work pending, whom should I call up to check for what is the status of what work. I keep a separate book. To keep a track of which batch did I start today, how much did I teach today, how many hours of class I worked for this batch, till what chapter is done for this batch, is there anything that I'm waiting for in this batch, anything. So all those discussions and notes to do things pending with regard to class, I'll write in a separate book. So now I maintain three different books. Why? I want to be more organized, and things that are flowing into life have become little more. So it's better to keep them organized. Similarly, in an organization also, when too many things starts coming in, they can't write everything in one single book. More importantly, because if you write everything in one book, one person can write things in one book at a time. Two people cannot simultaneously write in the one book. You are not playing the dot game or SOS2, so two people will simultaneously write in a book. So one person will write in a book. If you maintain subsidiary books and then split into multiple books, like one for sales, one for purchase, one for purchase return, one for bills receivable, when you split them up, there are multiple books. Simultaneously, transactions can be entered. One person is entering sales transactions, simultaneously, another person is entering purchase transactions. That is possible in the case of subsidiary books being possible. If you don't have subsidiary books, there is one book. In that book only you would have to write cash. In that book only you would have to write purchase, sale, bills, everything. And amount of work also becomes more and the persons to do will be less. Whereas the reason or the advantage of preparing subsidiary book is the work can be divided among people. Now we can say, hey, you are going to take care of purchase, hey, you are going to take care of sales. We can divide the work among people. And that's there in the modern day. No? If you have any brother, sister, cousin sister, or dad, or mom, who are commerce graduates or commerce postgraduates or professionals in the field of commerce, they will be working. Just check which department do they work. A lot of them do work in these departments called accounts payable, accounts receivable, cash management, treasury, finance. You get, or they would have these departments in their office where they work. So AP is a team which takes care of all the payables. AR is a team which takes care of all the receivables. There will be a separate sales team. So they divide the work exactly. Why? If you divide the work and then go on doing that work repetitively, you become more efficient at it. You know all the problems that can arise in it, how to solve each of the problem, how to take care of everything, streamline it very beautifully, and you become professional at it. You get a lot of proficiency as well as efficiency, and you become specialized at the same. And at the same time, it saves time. More importantly, even if you want to verify, even if you want to check or audit, if everything is in one book, it's very difficult to audit it. But if you allocated the transactions into different books, sales one book, purchase return one book, sales return another book, it will be very easy to investigate or inspect or audit or go through it. Why? No, I want to go through sales details only. So I don't have to go through other books. Other books I just keep it aside. I only take sales book. This is possible only when there are subsidiary books. And availability of information will become easy and facility of checking also, like I just mentioned. Then when do we prepare subsidiary books? In this very video, some time ago, if you remember, I told you, we'll be discussing when to prepare subsidiary books a little later. The time has come. If the organization is very small sized organization, number of transactions is very less. In such a case, we do prepare journals. Simple journals. One book is sufficient. Sales will write there, purchase will write there. Yeah, bills receivable, bills payable, cash, everything will write there only. But if the size of the organization becomes big, we maintain subsidiary books, wherein the transactions are too many and too frequent, and it is very much impossible to write all the purchases, sales, cash in one book. It's impossible. So, and later we need to classify. After we write in this subsidiary books, that is in the absence of journals, this has to be going to ledger. Ledger may be classified. Yeah, we've done a discussion on ledger in this very series of videos. It is there, a couple of videos behind. Just go into the playlist of basics of accounts on this very YouTube channel and you'll find that. You can watch that sometime. Yeah, what is it that I was telling? Big business go for subsidiary books. Wherein when the scale of operations is big and huge, what they do at this particular point of time is, later we would have to however classify. We'll do something now which will help us in the later stage. So at the time of classification to ledgers, it should become easy. So at the time of primary entry only we classify. For instance, these people who collect garbage in the morning every day. Previously they used to collect entire garbage, means half a decade or something. Entire garbage, take it to the dump yard. There they used to segregate electronic waste, plastic waste, and then dry waste, wet waste, that is biodegradable. Now they used to do that. Now they don't do that, because once the data is collected, classification at ledgers will become difficult. Now the garbage has increased. So what did they do? The garbage collection people, at the time of collection only they say wet waste this dustbin, dry waste this dustbin. Wet waste today, dry waste tomorrow. So at the time of collection only they do classification, so that it will be easier for further processing. That's what we do here also. You'll be like, sir, what, sir? You're comparing subsidiary books with kachra. Achyo. See, the point is understanding. Anything that can make you understand the concept better is worth as an example. Yeah, and not a bad example, guys. Okay, we had discussed this in accounting cycle also, if you remember. Yeah, I hope you do. And that's with regard to subsidiary books. And in the next video that I'm going to come up with, I'll tell you what are the types of subsidiary books, and we'll also run into details as to what is recorded in a subsidiary book and what is not recorded in a subsidiary book. Till then, take care, tata, bye bye, and stay in the game.